Hello and welcome to episode 73 of the Arctic Knitting Podcast. My name is Emilie and I am as always coming to you from the northern part of Norway. Today is Sunday, I think it's February 2nd. And I decided to quickly make an episode and I hope that I'll be able to get it out there before I have to leave for work in the morning. Anyways, let me start by saying thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing and thank you for checking me out if you are a new viewer, and thank you so much to everyone who bought yarn in my last update. Everything has been shipped out and I haven't set a date for the next update. This one was so much fun. I'm not one of those dyers that sell out the moment I put things out there, but this time around some stuff actually got sold out, which was super fun and so inspiring, and I've managed to get everything in the mail. And if you're in Norway and have been buying from me, you might have been receiving it already, but it should be getting to you any day soon now. I think that's it for admin. I'm not sure. This was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I put in my show notes on my MacBook. Whenever I think about something that I have to say, I just write in some notes in my Mac, and my MacBook is upstairs because I decided to take it upstairs and put on some music to get Ludwig to sleep because I cheated. Anyways, today I have three finished objects to show you, and I also have one work in progress. And I have some news on the dyeing front that I'm going to show you, and I think that it's about it. And at the end I will do some general life blabbering or whatever you want to call it. So let's start with the one that I have been promising you that you will be seeing, which is Crochet Squares. This is a pattern by Strikkesilla. No, it's not. That one is by Strikkesilla. This one is by Strikkelisa. She's a Norwegian designer, and this pattern is available on Ravelry. It is available in English. If you have been following me, you will have seen this one knit up for kids as well. I have made 3 of the kids version, and this is the one that I've made for myself. This is the Crochet Squares or the chimney sweater, and it has this big cowl-like neckline, which is absolutely lovely. And I'm just going to, why not? I'm going to put it on. So this is what it looks like. I have been using this quite a bit. You can see. There. It has a yellow body, and the sleeves and the yoke. It's not a yoke, it's a raglan, but those are knit in brown. The yarn that I've used for this is Sandnes alpaca wool. It's knit on 4.5mm needles, which meant that it just flew by. And because it has alpaca in it, it's so warm. I have been wearing this quite a bit, both to work but also just out and about. I probably will take this when I go. I'm not going to go skiing, but I'm going to spend some time outdoors this weekend, and I'll probably wear this down. I love it. It's super comfortable, and as I said, it's warm. It just flew off needles, and I want to make another one, but I can't decide on the colors. And also I think that I'm going to knit this for a friend of mine as a gift, because it's lovely, it's very wearable, it's easy to customize to fit the person you're making it for, because you can change the colors, and also the fact that it's a quick knit. I'm fine with that. And I'm going to take this off because it's so warm. I have been putting the heat up in my house. This one is knit top down. It has the top of it has like one of these folded edges that you can put this in, but it doesn't go the whole way around. It just goes from here to here, so you can see, which for the kids is good because it can be a choking hazard, but also you wouldn't really want to tighten this thing anyway because it's snug around your neck. So it's just a design feature which I absolutely love. It takes up the color from the body, and it's so simple. It's such a simple design. Not simple, but it's a clean design, but at the same time it's so unique. and it's really easy to spot this. Many people have been knitting them, and it's really easy when you see them to spot that is a chimney sweater or a Scotch Ganser, because they are really unique. And if you go on over, the thing about Norwegian knitters are that many of them don't use Ravelry, at least not to the extent that the international knitting community does. So if you want to see color combinations for that, you can go to Ravelry. There are quite a few over there, but you could just as well go to Instagram and search for Scotch Ganser, because that seems to be where most of the Norwegian knitters are putting photos of the stuff they make. I started this quite a while ago. I absolutely love this chart. There are designs for like one piece for kids, and she has designs for sweaters and cardigans and coats and hats and probably more, which you can find in Strikkesila's book, which is called Strikk til bolla, I think. The thing about Strikkesila is that her designs are amazing. They are so unique yet simple. They are either she has children herself, and I think I haven't spoken with her about this, but I think that she's focusing on making garments and accessories that are wearable, that is suitable for the kindergarten, and that it's still pretty, but it's not like many things are really pretty, and I made Ludwig quite a few things that are so pretty that he's not allowed to wear them to kindergarten, which really is stupid because wool is meant to be worn. But this one is one of those that it's super pretty, but still I can wear it. And because I started this before Christmas, I started size 4 years old. Ludwig is 4.5, he's going to be 5 this summer, but he's a small kid, so I decided to knit 4 years old, or the 4-year size. But I think I might give this away, or I might sell it, because it's getting... He can wear it, but it's not going to fit him for a very long time, so I might as well just give this to someone who can wear it more. And I'll just buy more yarn and make another one for Ludwig. And also I might not want to make Ludwig a white sweater, because it's okay if I sell it or give it to someone else, so someone else has to clean it. Yeah. For this one, this is also a top-down design. I have used 3.5mm needles to get a 22 stitch gauge, and the yarn that I've used is Sarnes merino wool. And I want to make one of these. Actually, I bought yarn in these colors, or similar colors, but with this ochreish brownish color as the main color and white and blue as the contrasting colors, to make myself a sweater. And the yarn that I bought was from Jill Draper, and I bought that with having this cardigan in the adult size for myself. That was the plan with that. So I think I might cast that one on, but now I'm kind of in a steam of finishing things, so why not? And also I'm thinking about maybe opening like a second Instagram account where I can put up stuff for sale, because I have quite a bit of finished knits that I'm not going to wear, not because there's something wrong with them, but maybe sometimes I just knit because I want to knit it. I have quite a bit of stuff for Ludwig. I also have quite a few pairs of mittens that I'm not wearing, and I've been thinking about just putting some of them up for sale, because it's better that they go to a loving home than that they are staying in a basket in my basement, because that's where they're currently living. And my basement is also my dye studio, and it's not like they are in a damp basement rotting away. It's just that they are just being put to storage, which is a shame. And I also have quite a few. I wasn't planning on showing you this. This one is Ludwig's, but I have quite a few hats that I made when I used to sew. I talked a little bit in the last episode about the fact that I used to sew more before, and I also used to sew quite a bit for sale. And I made quite a few of these hats, and I have some of them left, and I've been thinking of just putting them up sort of to, not to get rid of them, but because I'm not going to wear all of this. So we have like this one, my favorite color. I had the exact same hat. It has my old logo, which I love. You can see it just says EB or EB, which is Milibjørno, and it works both way around. I absolutely love this logo. But these are jersey hats, and I can't fit it now because I have my hair up. But they are jersey hats, and this print is vinyl. This one was a little bit big to me as well, but the print is vinyl, and it reflects, which means that you can be seen if you're wearing this outside. And I have quite a few designs on the reflective part, so I'm thinking about maybe putting these ones up on Instagram for sale, just to so that I can get a new loving home. This one is a Doctor Who, which really isn't allowed to sell, but I'm not sure if I'm going to put up. I think it's the Doctor Who ones I have. This is another one with a Doctor Who design, and I think Doctor Who is the only one I have that is like copyrighted. There's some elephants. I made most of the designs myself. There's a moose and just some eyes. And I also have some knitted shawls. I think I have some mittens, that both knitted mittens and sewn mittens that are wool with fleece inside. And I really am just in a mode where I'm cleaning out. I have been selling quite a few of my knitting books, which I just sold on Facebook because they're all in Norwegian. And I have been selling some furniture and stuff that I don't need because this house is getting quite overfilled. I'm trying to clean out, and at the same time, if it can give me a little bit more money, then I'm fine with that. So there might be an Instagram account coming up, and if you want to know more about that, you should just follow Arctic Knitting on Instagram, because I will announce it in my stories and in my timeline there. And that was not the plan at all to talk about here. I just got into that because I mentioned maybe selling this sweater. But then let me just jump on over to the next. I'm just all over the place today. It's midnight soon. That's why. The next finished object, last finished object this week, is the Stripa shawl. It's a design by Bitta Mikkelborg, which is a Norwegian designer. She's quite well known. She's given out a few books. And this is the shawl. And this one I'm definitely going to keep myself because I just love it. It's super soft. The yarn that I used was Alice by Permin. And this was sort of a quick knit that took me forever to knit. I have cast it on here. Just have to see. Nope. Here. That's the cast on edge. Cast on a few stitches, then you increase at the same time as you do a decrease in the middle, but all in all you're increasing until you're halfway. And then you start decreasing on the other side. I've used 6mm needles, 3 skeins, less than 3 skeins of Alice. This is the yarn that I have left, so probably like 15 to 20 grams. And this is also, it's one of those projects that's like, I feel like I only need one of this, but I would really like to knit some more. Because it's simple travel knitting. It's because of the increasing and decreasing and the fact that it's rib and not stockinette, it's interesting enough that I don't get bored, but at the same time it's perfect for talking with people or watching TV or whatever. And as you know, I'm traveling quite a bit, so it's great to have something, because this isn't too big. Last time I was traveling, which was last week, I had like, I think I had 5 projects with me. This was one of them. This was another. Then I have brought up my Tanya, which I'm not going to show you now because it's upstairs in my bedroom where Ludwig is sleeping. And I started a new crochet project because I realized that I would have to sew in ends on the ones that I started. So I have started making crochet squares, and these squares are minis, made out of minis from my advent calendar this year. I saved a 20-gram advent calendar for myself, and I'm making 2 squares of each color, and I'm going to use white to crochet them together. And I hope that, because it will give me 48 squares, and I hope that that will be enough. If not, I'm just going to dye up a few more minis to make it big enough. But I would really like this to be sort of my advent blanket for this year. And I think I have like 16 done. And this is also, it's really easy and simple to have on the go. And I'm going to bring that with me when I travel out again tomorrow. And let me see. I'm just going to show you this one really quick. I'm sitting on it now, but this one is I'm not sure if I've shown this off on the podcast before. I think I have. But this one is my advent blanket from last year. Last year I decided to make a granny stripe blanket, and you can see that some of the stripes are shorter than the other, because I started out with, because now we're talking 2008, 19, 18, 17. The advent calendar from 2017, I only had a 10-gram calendar, and I've used that first. Then I have been alternating between using my calendars, my 20-gram calendar, and Jilly from Pure Fibers. We decided to swap calendars, so this has yarns from my calendar and her calendar of 2018. And this one has been getting quite a bit of use. It's really warm and soft, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And this is what I have. It's big enough for 4 of me, basically, but I'm having it on my lap whenever I'm in this chair. This is where I very often sit in it. I have this beautiful lamp from my grandma, which is from the 50s, and it has a little table where I can have my phone and my soda, and I just put a chair in front of me with my MacBook, and then I sit here and spin on it, and this blanket is always here. This one is another one that it was supposed to be a baby blanket that I was going to give someone, but it just became a lap blanket for me. This one is made from New Zealand's lamwool, New Zealand lamb's wool, which is a yarn from Filcolana, a Danish company. And just to have something easy to go, you could just hook away on the train. Or I made this while I was living in Poland, where they actually do have train. I never take the train anywhere because we don't have trains. And I don't take the bus because we don't really have buses either. And I don't crochet while I'm driving, because that would really not be a good idea. But crocheting like this granny stripe and granny squares are really like good on-the-go projects for me, because I can just do a little bit whenever I want, and it's not like I'm going to lose a stitch, and if I lose my place I can just rip out, and it's easy to pick back up the one stitch again. And yeah, talking about me sitting here spinning again all over the place, I currently have nothing on the wheel because I haven't had time to spin. I have been traveling quite a bit, and I think that I'm saving up to get an e-spinner, but at the same time I really like the treadling part, so I might go for an Ashford Traveler or something. But that's definitely not going to be before this summer. But it would be really nice to have a wheel that I can bring with me to all the hotels. And I could do that with this. But I'm really having trouble with seeing myself coming into a hotel with a wheel on the one arm and a suitcase in the other, and going up to my room and sit there spinning and go out when my employer is paying for the room and I'm supposed to be at work. And it's just something I might get to that point where I don't really care about what people think of me with my spinning wheel under my arm into my hotel room. And I was thinking, now I'm looking at my loom, because I was thinking that my loom, I have a rigid heddle loom from Ashford, which I haven't really been using. I used it quite a bit in the beginning, but then it just sort of, after I got my wheel, I haven't been weaving much. But that one would go perfectly well into a big tote bag, and I can bring my loom to the hotels. I really should have a home on wheels for when I'm traveling. But what I was saying, whilst I haven't been spinning, I have been trying to dye some fibers. Quite a while back I ordered some Norwegian wool from Hillesvåg, and I have been dyeing this 100-gram braid of Norwegian wool. I love dyeing fiber. I'm having so much fun with it, and as you can see, I'm not the braiding isn't perfect, but it works. And this is what it looks like. And I love the feel of this. It's quite rustic, and I'm thinking about maybe making this into my next spinning project. That's why that's here. I also decided the other day, I was doing a little bit of cleaning in my dye studio and my basement in general, and I decided to just dye a couple of braids of fiber in between, just because I wanted to be a little bit creative and try out some techniques. And I started dyeing these two. These two are dyed together. It's the same dye lot. This is Polworth, and it's so soft if you compare it to the Norwegian wool. And after I had this in like the hotel pan thing that I used, I realized that I had used way too much dye, so I added another braid in. So you can see this one has the same kind of colors, but it's much more pastel. So I have 3 braids of Polworth that I have dyed, and I really enjoy dyeing, and I have quite a bit of fiber. So some fiber might go up in the store the next time around. I have big plans because, as I said, today is Sunday. Let's just move on into live stuff. As I said, today is Sunday and I'm traveling out again tomorrow. I'm going to be away until Thursday, but then I have Friday, Saturday and Sunday at home, and Ludwig isn't here. So I have basically had the weekend to myself. And I think I'll do some dyeing, because I have quite a bit of yarn that is ready to dye, and I have some fibers, and I have some dye coming in the mail, and I really want to just have, if not a whole day, just a couple of hours to myself in the studio with music or the news or a podcast or whatever, and just leave my phone in another room and just be creative. So I think that is what I'm going to do this weekend. Then there's might be some sewing. I got thank you to everyone who commented on my last episode with suggestions for where I could go to find sewing patterns, and I think that my first project is going to be the lady skater dress. Kristin of Woolen Yarns and the Woolen podcast has been making quite a few versions of the lady skater dress, and it's an absolutely gorgeous dress, and it has the same sort of shaping as the dresses that I have been buying on H&M. I think I have like 11 of them in different fabrics and different colors and styles, and not styles because they are all the same. They all have the same silhouette, but they are different styles in sort of, some of them are flowery and some of them are just black. And I love them and I wear them quite a bit, so I'm thinking of making, I think that is going to be my first sewing project. this time around. I have quite a bit of jersey laying around, so I'm hoping that I can find a fabric that I would want to wear in a dress. Because I have been doing the same thing with fabric that I used to do with yarn. I just bought everything. I remember I bought quite a bit of fabric when I was pregnant, because whilst everyone else was asleep, I was not whilst I was pregnant, when Ludwig was a newborn, because and probably when I was pregnant as well, but I remember when he was newborn, when I got up in the middle of the night to breastfeed, I went online and ordered fabrics. And Ludwig is going to be 5 years old this summer, and some of the fabric that I absolutely loved 5 years ago, I don't like them that much anymore. So I'm going to clean out my fabric stash. I'm probably going to sell some of it. I'm probably going to give some of it away. But I'm hoping that I will find some jersey fabric that I have enough of to make a dress for myself, so that I can make myself a ladies skater dress, because I really want to wear a dress that I have been making myself. I have made one dress earlier in a jersey fabric, and whilst I love the fabric, I didn't do a very good job on the sewing, so I'm going to... That's also one thing that I hope to get on this weekend. And it's not like I'm not saying that I'll get this and this and this and this done because I'm putting pressure on myself. It's more that I want to do all of these things, but I have so little time at home. I want to do more spinning. I want to dye some yarn. I want to see my friends. I want to clean my house. And I also want to sew myself a dress and a coat. And I have 2 days to do that. So whatever gets done, gets done. Whatever doesn't get done, I just have to skip or do another time, and it will be fine. I think I'm just going to leave it here. I'm going to edit it and hopefully get this up before I get going tomorrow night, because from experience I know that uploading things to YouTube from an hotel Wi-Fi doesn't really go as planned. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get this up before I leave, and I will see you again hopefully in a week, because I also want to make a podcast that weekend. So we'll just have to see how this goes. And I want to just take a little moment here at the end to say thank you to everyone for all the nice comments that I got on my last episode. There were so many encouraging words, and you guys are absolutely amazing, and being part of this community and the support that I get from this community, it's super inspiring. And I don't know that this last year would have been, even though I wasn't in this community. Yeah, I'm trying to say you guys are amazing. I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support and love and all the lovely comments and everything. You guys makes my life better. I will see you again hopefully in a week. Bye.